go. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 8th of February. So starting off then looking at what we got coming out today news-wise. There's nothing. There's nothing of any significance whatsoever. I mean, actually, whilst I'm talking to you, just having a look down, see if there's any low value data, some quite low, very low data or value data even coming out, and I wouldn't be expecting any sort of moves off of any of it. So no significant news today at all. So we just left to the technicals. There are quite a lot of 1.2 billion of options sitting expired today at 3 p.m. are sitting at 1.2. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with price. I'm not sure if they're puts or calls, which is almost like having the news but not having the news. But we'll just see what happens here. If it starts pushing down towards that area, I would expect they're being defended. But a push up, any sort of push up today, would suggest that the traders are defending them in a certain way to keep them from being hit, so there'd be put options most likely. Okay, let's have a look then at the technical, starting off with the euro here, and well, we've got bullish engulfing just about on Friday there, key reversal bar. Are we actually going to see a continuation? Well, we've seen a pip up here to the daily 8 at this stage, and it's sort of pulled away from that level. Now if it does manage to break through later, we've got the 21 coming back in. I've drawn this trend line on quite significant onto this market now, so there's the points of sort of resistance above if it does manage to push the upside. What the clues it might run to the upside? Well, just this consolidation we're seeing at the moment, consolidation phase here, top of this near-term move, as opposed to the bottom of the previous, like we'd seen back here. So bit of a different position, and it may be that at some point we have got the daily pivot below us, which could be a draw to that downside. So we'll just see what happens post 8 o'clock. But I do fancy maybe a bit more of a continuation in what we're seeing here, but that it's really whether daily 8 can actually hold. A break of that level may be the key to the rest of the day, but I'm not expecting massive moves today. So there we are, a bit of a mixed bag really there. So the pound already having another little shovel up here. It's put in this sort of quite a bullish sort of move that's sort of started last Thursday there, Friday, pushing up back into its mean sort of level. Where to from here? Well, I'm just looking for the new highs to come in. The thing is with the pound is every time it puts this sort of new high in around about the 137.60 area, or a bit less than that actually, 57, anywhere that sort of 50 to 60 area, then it's managed to fall off so far. Can we get a close above that area and make this look like an actual bullish pound, or are we going to get just more of the same? Goodness knows. So there's no guarantees here. One thing we're getting the consolidation on the pound here. A daily untouched pivot below may be enough for a draw just to that downside, but I still quite like the upside on the pound as well here. So far really looking at potential upside. However, we'll be quite wary of the 8 o'clock sort of moves. Dollar yen, again a market that's moving to the upside, where you'd expect it to be working its way down a little bit more when you're looking at what the euro and the pound are doing. However, it's still edging its way up north there. It does have weekly pivots, and I would imagine, it's right bang on its daily pivot here. Consolidation right in the middle of its sort of range. Difficult one to really read. If it starts rolling back south a little bit here, well, then we have got that target, the weekly pivot. But at the moment, with the move before it, the move around it, it's not the clearest to me. But it looks like it might just continue to push back upwards. Okay, let's have a look then. Aussie dollar. I've clicked on next here then. So the Aussie dollar. So it's in this downward channel effectively at the moment. If I could draw a proper channel on there, I would do. But for now, it looks in what looks like a downward channel. Again, bullish engulfing on the dailies here, but of course one candle doesn't make a complete reversal of the markets. It's similar to the euro in terms of the consolidation that we're seeing towards the highs here, but also we've got the sort of potential draws of the weekly pivot sitting below, and also the daily pivot sitting below there. So consolidating where it is at the moment would be quite interesting if both these markets, the euro and the pound, were to just come back, tick those boxes effectively, and then if we saw some sort of bounce coming, a reversal of those, that would really appeal to me in terms of what we're seeing here with this sort of movement, the higher low coming through. That's the Aussie. Canadian dollar. Well, Canadian dollar's really been very much in consolidation phase, and it's really well, the potential for it to roll out of it is there. It's making its move. In fact, on the 4-hourly, even with what we're seeing here, we could see it just again. We've got the weekly pivot above. I would really like to see this sort of temporary reversals popped in here on these markets, and then a rollover. It may just not happen. It may just continue to the downside on these, but the same sort of thing. We've got the daily and weekly pivot potential as draws above. So looking elsewhere then, we'll get asked a lot on the pound yen. Let's just have a look what's happening on the dailies there. Pound yen still pushing up here at the moment. Solid movement, actually looking like it's particularly with that softer yen and the stronger pound, looks like we could see some further upside yet. The Aussie New Zealand dollar was doing pretty well. It did have a bit of a slow up, but yep, it's doing pretty well actually. Yep, getting back up there, the Aussie. It's obviously had this retracement. I was looking last week just to see if we got a move back, and of course it hit there without me seeing it. Well, it's above its daily pivot, weekly pivot at the moment. Maybe we've just seen a bit of a correction once again here. At the moment, it's a solid old trend line up there. I think I'd wait carefully before deciding to do too much here. The Aussie just seems to be on a bit of a run at the moment, and we'll just see how, as I say, how it consolidates. But there we are. Bit of patience necessary on that, maybe a simple break of that 60 minute 21 be good enough to start moving into a bit of a position. On the other markets then, S&Ps, once again new highs coming in on Friday, and we're already seeing that the futures pushing through into yet further new highs, and it seems little in the way of stopping at the moment as the Democrats are trying to get their bill through without the Republicans' agreement. They're just looking to see if they can use their full majority by the sounds of things. Consolidation where it's sitting this morning, which is not unusual, and well, we'll just see what happens here. Maybe we'll get a bit more rollback, and if it does, it's got a daily pivot untouched below, so got some potential to come off there. Okay, that's the S&Ps. Gold, quick look at gold here. In fact, I'm just going to come up the time frames here. So gold managed a bit of a bullish Harami picture, really sitting there on the dailies. Maybe it's got a bit more upside here, but it's been pretty soft and rolled over most of last week. Silver obviously has caught the headlines. Maybe it's found sufficient support here to work its way back. It was trending up. It consolidated for a long phase. Maybe it's got more of a trend towards the upside there, but maybe a bit slower than it's been running. Oil, let's have a look here. So oil, yeah, just yet again continues to shove up there, and the more it pushes up, the more I think that producers to start breaking their limits and pumping more oil out there to take advantage of these higher prices. We've never seen them not do it before, but who knows. Anyway, oil still pumping away, driving away there. No pun intended. Right. Bitcoin then this morning, where we're seeing this move up. I was just looking at Ethereum pushed up your new highs over the weekend here. We're seeing quite a push up there. In fact, that Ethereum just short of $1,800 over the weekend. As I say, Bitcoin at the moment sort of continuing this sort of shove to the upside here, looking pretty healthy at the moment. So just a quick look at where Ripple's got to. Ripple, wow, it went all the way up to 75 cents and then fell all the way back to 43 again. But it's trying its best. Who knows? Yesterday was quite a ravaged day for it, but Ripple. Sorry, I can't show you on here, but is pushing up quite nicely. Okay, that's it for me. I wish you a good old day, and I'll be back in the morning. Bye for now. Morning.